friends, I just wanted to give a quick tour of our garden and talk about where we're going with it and give you some inspiration. These are our fall seedlings that we started. We have broccoli, bee balm, broccoli, cauliflowers, green cabbage, purple cabbage, purple cabbage. We have more broccolis. We really like broccoli. A random squash, cauliflowers, and this is thyme. Right now I'm doing half a day of sunshine in the morning before it gets too hot out, and then they go under the grow light inside for the rest of the day. And then when the weather starts cooling down, they will get transplanted in the garden. This is our whole garden right now. We're planning on putting in other boxes here, making these long ways for walking in between, making those ones long ways that way for walking in between. Our cucumbers over here are just about done for the season, and our butternut squash, I think it's done for the season. We're just letting it dry out before we cut it off the vine. And then my avocado trees, I have one out here and one on the front porch. I bring them out for the summertime, and then when the weather starts cooling off, they go back inside the house for the winter. So this right here is our vegetable garden right now. We have our sweet potatoes in pots. I like it that way. It's easier to harvest them one at a time if we need to. We harvested some potatoes the other day and most of them were already growing. So I repotted them, as you can see. So a lot of work to do in here. And they are growing. Our pumpkin is still going. I planted a bunch of squash and pumpkins, and we have been battling squash bugs. Our zucchini is looking a little sad back there. I think I need to check on that one. But we've got seeds from our onions this year. We transplanted these onions from our old house. We've already harvested 2 watermelons. The second one was really good. The first one was, I think it was a little bit overripe. We have some new zucchini, yellow squash, butternut squash, and one more pie pumpkin in there. And we have our tomatoes. Our tomatoes kind of got out of control this year. I had a new baby in February, so it's been a little bit hard to get out here and get everything done. But what we're planning on doing is sectioning all of this off, more like a square foot garden, so that we can reach it without having to walk in the garden. We just come out here every day, kill squash bugs, kill hormone caterpillars, feed them to the chickens. Oh look, there's one right there. I'll get it. These buggers give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm just gonna knock it into this bucket of water. Oh, maybe not. Cut the whole thing off. It's eating my tomato. Ah! There. Then what we do, we dump our bugs in the water, and then we feed it to the chickens. And they have a smorgasbord. There's some eggs on this one. Focus that. Yep. Cut that off, put it in the bucket. See if we see any more. Don't see any. These are some of our chickens. In this coop we have 4 golden comets and 10 phoenixes. Our golden comets are laying every day almost. We had 1 phoenix that was laying, but when we brought in these golden comets and got rid of the roosters that we had, she stopped laying. So I'm hoping she will start laying again, and the rest of them will start laying soon. They're about the right age. They see my bucket of bugs and they're excited. Solve two problems at the same time. Get rid of pests, feed our chickens. Looks like they gave us some eggs for today, so let's reach in and grab them. Got our pecan tree over here. This is our first year having a pecan tree. We just bought this house at Thanksgiving this past year. So we're really excited to be able to get pecans. And then all the way over here, that tree in the back there is a persimmon tree. We've got some good fruit on it. It should ripen up around November, so got some persimmons coming on. They're still really hard. They're not ready, not even close. We got a whole bunch up in there. This is our pear tree. I learned a lot about pruning this year, so I cut it for the first time. And I'm hoping that when we get our apple trees, I will feel confident in cutting them down short enough, because it is scary to cut your trees short. But we got one flower on it this year. I don't think it turned into anything. I don't see anything on there. But we're hoping soon that we can get some pears off it. But we are planning to get another pear tree so that it has a mate. And we're planning to get apple trees this winter. These are our 3 little blueberries. We're gonna get some fresh mulch for these guys. We got these this summer on clearance. And they look great. We love blueberries. This spot out here is going to be our herb/tea garden. These rose bushes have beautiful rose hips coming on. Let's see if I can find a good one. There's some here. These are great for tea. This garden was so overtaken with weeds when we moved in. And this rose bush was just covered in Virginia creeper. And it has been a battle to try to get some of these weeds under control. So we're trying to get all the weeds out, lay down cardboard to help keep the weeds from coming back, and then putting fresh mulch on top. We have this really nice place near us that we can get free mulch from, no dyes or anything, just chopped up trees. This is my little Echinacea plant. Started it at the old house. It's beautiful. So I'm excited. We're not going to do anything with it this year. We're just going to let it keep growing and multiplying, and then eventually be able to harvest it for teas. I like to pick the rose petals too and dry them out and put them in the boxes where the chickens nest. And it helps keep out stuff we don't want in there. It's over here. This is my elderberry bush. I brought a cutting from the old house and planted it. We've been able to harvest some elderberries off it this year. Looks like their little wasps making a nest in there. Do you see that? Right there. Come out here and get these in a little bit. But I like to dry these up and put them in tea. I haven't had enough to be able to make like elderberry syrup out of it or anything, but the dream is for this to be a cute little herb garden. I want to put a fence around it, keep the chickens out of it. Nice little pond. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome in a couple of years. Hello, ladies. Thank you for my eggs. They're delicious. These are my 2 tea plants that we got from Table Rock Tea. They are doing really well. They have a book also on how to make your own tea, how to grow your own tea plants. These are looking just fabulous. Look how green and lush they are. We do use the, when we clean out our chicken coop, we put it around the plants that like a lot of nitrogen, like plants that are leafy. And I think that's part of the reason why these are doing so amazing. They look phenomenal. We put the sticks on the ground around because we have cats that like to dig in the mulch, and we did not want them leaving us presents next to our plants that we plan on using for food. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little farm tour of where we're at and where we hope to be. We have big plans for the future, and I can't wait to watch this back in 10 years and see where we've come. Bye.